Well, welcome everyone to Cisco's Virtual Kitchen. Today's going to be an awesome show. We have back a couple rock stars, a new rock star and an old rock star. Well, not old in age by no means, Brenda. Stop giving me those looks. But one that has done a lot of shows with us over the past years. But before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about SEK Season 3 as we are in it right now. We have 299 shows booked this year, all the way to June 2023. Let's see what camera I'm on. And really, we're going to bring you everything in food service. So it's amazing what we have planned here, and the amount of stuff that we're going to see today from our two guests is huge. But all of our shows are always, FYI, Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. You can rewatch them on my channels. Camera's not focusing. Oh no, it's the bad luck of Brenda, as we call it on the show. You can watch it on my channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Stop giggling, make me laugh. And we also are on demand all the time on YouTube, Cisco Canada YouTube's channel, LinkedIn, Facebook, you want to call it Meta, and then Spotify. So you might say, well, Spotify's just a podcast. Well, it is, but Spotify gave us the rights to show video on there as well. So you can actually watch our shows on Spotify on demand as much as you want, and it's a great channel for you to check that out on. And then the last thing I always say to everyone is go over to YouTube, subscribe, and follow us on our YouTube channel as well as on our LinkedIn channel. Because when we do our shows, which is daily, you get a notification. And then it tells you what the show's going to be about. And you click on it if you want to watch it. If not, you can watch it later, or you cannot watch it at all. But I don't recommend that because we bring all the cool stuff in the industry. All authentic, all live. A lot of it's not scripted. So, but we want to bring you the content that you need to know about within the industry. Really, on the other areas of it is how do you drive more business, how do you make more money, how do you save money, how do you help with labor, all those things we tackle every day on our shows. So, enough of me. I'm going to bring in our guests. So, Brenda and Josh, welcome to today's number one Canada Beverage Show live.
Welcome.
Is that a lot of
Thank
words?
you. That was a lot of words.
Is that a lot of words?
We're really excited to be here today, Jay, with Josh. I got the two J's and the B. Anyway, mixologist Josh is hanging out here.
Let's not confuse those letters, Brenda, because they could not be good for us either. What are we doing, Brenda?
Anyway, today we gave Josh a very specific challenge with this episode to come up with some very creative mocktails using our Fairly apple juice and some of our other juices to create some colorful mocktails. The mocktail industry right now is huge. It's about 8 or 19% over last year, where operators are seeing the benefit.
Brenda, is it 19% over last year? It's grown that much?
Yes. Yes. Part of that is because the population is coming back into restaurants, but there's also that education level of not needing to drink alcohol all the time. So that's our feature today is mocktails, and Josh has come up with a few amazing creations. And just as a little sidebar, we've used the Lyre's non-alcoholic spirits. So
no beverages will make you tipsy.
No,
nothing that I'm preparing today is going to have any alcohol in it.
Right.
And we are using non-alcoholic spirits from Lyre's. We have a bourbon alternative, and we also have a spiced rum alternative. So awesome. I'll be using those two.
So, Josh, I can ask you a few questions. Brenda's sitting there.
Yeah.
That's fine. You're going to make me laugh through this whole thing, Brenda. So, Josh, where are we located? You're at Dell's Italian Kitchen. Where is this? Is this in Toronto?
Dell's Italian Kitchen. It's in Kitchener, Waterloo. So about an hour or so away from Toronto. Yeah.
How long in business?
Since 1956.
Yeah,
it's funny. Brendan knew that off the top of her head.
Yeah, this is one of those stories, a local story. I believe actually your podcast the other day, they were talking about the stories that restaurants tell. So yeah, listen. Mm-hmm. And this is a true story because it's unusual and unheard of that a restaurant would live and sustain through that many decades. But literally the charcoal martinis, Dells, and the rest of the charcoal group just continue to reinvent without losing their core of who they started out with. So it's still the original Weidman family that are involved, and it's a legacy property in KW for sure.
It's really cool.
Absolutely.
Is that what KW? That's what you guys say.
KW, yeah.
Is it?
Kitchener Waterloo.
KW, Kitchener Waterloo.
Please, that slang next week when I'm in the hood. Or in
Yeah,
the
okay.
neighborhood.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So what are we doing today? Let's talk about what we're doing today.
So my challenge was to make some inventive cocktails using apple juice. So that's what we're going to be using.
Brenda, why apple juice? Like, you have all the coolest drinks. You have all the coolest drinks in Lassonde, Burley.
Because fall is apple season, and because it's actually really hard to make cocktails with apple juice. But Josh accepted the challenge.
Absolutely, I love it.
No, I'm like, this is a great, because I worked in a club before I started Cisco many moons ago. Brenda was young.
Yep.
So,
I like the age jokes are just going to continue.
So, I was going to say, but I've never used apple juice in any drinks in a bar before, Josh. So I'm blown away today.
I typically don't go to apple juice right away. But yeah, I definitely like the challenge. So I'm going to start off with one of my syrups here. I took apple cider and I reduced it to about half its volume because I wanted to really have that apple kick.
Okay.
So this is just going to...
Apple? You want a higher kick than what we taste? You want a higher kick? Can you try to explain a little bit more?
Like a stronger kick to the apple.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be diluting it with non-alcoholic spirits, lemon juice, other things like that. So I still want that apple to get through. I also added some pumpkin spice to the apple reduction syrup.
Pumpkin spice, just like like a sprinkle.
Yeah, about a tablespoon worth, or teaspoon. Sorry, teaspoon worth.
Teaspoon.
Tablespoon might be a bit much.
Half a cup.
No, just
Brenda,
just a tiny bit.
Sorry.
And
you don't mess
so
with the guy's pumpkin
the sugar
spice.
I used is a Demerara as well, so it's a darker brown sugar.
Brenda, can you grab that from Josh and show it? I can't see it that far away.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
So it's like a syrup. So this is what you would use as a syrup for all these drinks.
Yep. For some of his drinks, this is the syrup he created.
Very cool. Out of apples. Very cool.
Out of apples.
So before we get into that, let's before we get into these drinks that you're going to create and stuff like this, we're going to run commercials, or those people get kind of cranky, and we don't need crankier people, right, Brenda?
No.
No, we don't. You're so prim and proper today. So we'll be right back after this with Josh and the sidekick. Awesome. Welcome back to Cisco's Virtual Kitchen. Josh and Brenda's creating some amazing, we're going to, with apple juice. Blown away with apple juice.
Absolutely. Let's get to it.
Cost effective, though. I interrupt all the time. Sorry, Josh. It's going to be
You're
cost
going to get used to that.
Did you have a question about the cost?
Yeah, like, no, not
saying it's very cost effective.
It's cost. It's
not apple juice
product, right?
And because it's Canadian product, so it's less expensive.
Yeah. So
Thank you, Brenda.
You're welcome.
I'm using 1 ounce of my apple cider reduction syrup. And so that's going to just give a little bit more body and depth to that apple juice there. I like to start with my thickest liquids. That way when I'm pouring other stuff into my jigger, it washes it all out. So I'm going to do 1 ounce of the bourbon alternative, 0 proof spirit there.
Now, if this was alcohol, we would throw alcohol bourbon in there, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
All of the cocktails that I'm going to be creating today will be applicable with real spirits. Everything will be transferable to any other cocktail program.
So what'd you put in there? What's that?
And so this is our lemon juice. I'm doing 0.75. I'm not going a full ounce because the syrup is a little bit sour as well. So I'm just trying to keep that balance there. And
do most bartenders nowadays use syrups and stuff in almost all their drinks, Josh? Like, is that normal? Them creating their signature syrups and stuff?
Yeah, it's quite common.
I would think it allows you to change the flavor profile of some base ingredients fairly easily.
It's very easy to really add that little extra flair of creativity, and it's definitely an easier way to get other flavors in there and work with other spirits too.
The shake show's coming.
We're gonna shake it.
You see that? Everyone's got their own shake. You know that, Brenda?
Oh yeah.
I think you should have music for this, Chris.
Do you have music? We'll do something more fun. That was a little heavy.
Strain it all out here.
Ooh-wee.
So
like
Josh,
the
why did you go short on that? Why did you go short on that?
Well, we're gonna garnish it with.
Yeah, Brenda, just chill. You slow down. You dive in right there to the drink already.
I'm not going to taste the drinks. We're just going to create a beautiful painting of Josh.
Can Josh at least drink it?
There you go.
Brenda, you gotta.
Can I fake drink it?
You can. No, you have to taste
the autumn apple.
Taste it. Go for it.
Yeah,
come on, Brenda.
Apple salad.
That is beautiful, Josh. Bring it up closer, Brenda.
I'm trying.
Thank you.
Up higher.
Higher. That's right in front of Josh's face.
You gotta no. Oh god. Here we go. So Brenda, can you taste it for us? Because I'm curious.
Okay.
It looks good. Very trendy looking colors, though, Josh.
Thank you. You like it?
That is fantastic.
Here, let's try something else, actually. So I got a copper mule here. Let's see what this does to the cocktail. So,
what were you doing? You got a mule there?
Yes. So I'm just gonna quickly turn it into a mule. Top it up with ginger beer.
You should really be on this side of the camera.
I know. I'll be there next week.
We'll get Josh to put a show on first.
This is not, as we disclosed in the bottom, folks. This is not Brenda's watering hole.
Wow.
How do you feel about that? Adding that ginger, that spice. There's a lot of spice in that one.
There's a ton of spice. I could actually see that one almost equally hot as cold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Serious? You heat that?
That's the thing about some of these drinks is they're really transferable from fall to winter because you got those spices like the cinnamon, right? The nutmeg, ginger. So yeah,
it's pretty spectacular.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's get into the second one.
So, Brenda, can you explain the flavors? to us? Like, is it like apple juice? No, or do you like taste apple juice? Because
No. Yeah, you do taste the apple as the base, but you get a lot of the cinnamony flavors and the spice. Like, and then as soon as you add the ginger beer, it's like the significant ginger spice.
Like Christmas.
It's like Christmas.
so
I mean,
one of
fall.
our
It's like
one of
fall.
our viewers
It
is
is like
asking.
fall.
One of our viewers is asking if we can get the recipes. So if we can grab the recipes later, we'll put it in the bottom of the YouTube. If you go to our YouTube channel, we'll have it in the wording on the YouTube video of this, as well as
I
on
love it.
Spotify. We'll put the recipes right into the body of it. Right? We'll
Absolutely.
put it right
There
there.
you
So
go.
we'll have recipes, and we've had people saying gorgeous as well. The
So
drink.
I'm going to
Brenda.
take a little bit of a different approach on this next one. So I made
Brenda,
a
you're
syrup.
eating that.
This is a honey syrup that I've infused with sage, rosemary, and bay leaf. So another very herbaceous sweet
Wow.
honey, and I'm gonna pair that with our apple juice. There we go.
Welcome to live streaming.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have an
A bit
extra.
of a mess to.
There you go.
You leave it. Just leave
That's
it.
okay. That's all right.
That's, that's,
We will
that's how you
continue.
shake it. That's how you shake your apple juice.
That's how you shake them.
That's how you really make sure you
Enhance the
emulsify
flavors.
everything in there. And so that's 2 ounces of apple juice there.
So,
Right? And then we're gonna
Brenda, I'm going to give you a little plug here for Lasan and Fairly. What makes your apple juice so different than the apple juices out there?
Well, I'll tell you what the difference is for our industry. This
Yes,
is a
for our
food service exclusive brand.
Now, you got to tell me more about that. That doesn't make. What do you mean? So
You can't buy any of these products from a
Really?
retail grocer.
No way.
I'm so totally serious. Yeah, 100%. Not lying. So the Fairly brand is a food service exclusive brand, so that you have that consistency of quality. You have that Canadian company backing your industry.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
So
the
there.
bomb
This-
of juice.
Here we
Bomb.
go. So
Gosh,
Bomb
what
of
did you
juice.
put in there? What did you put in there?
what I put in here, I did my honey that's been infused with sage, rosemary, and bay leaf.
Fresh
And I
herb?
used-
Fresh herb?
Sorry?
Josh, fresh herbs?
Fresh
Oh,
herbs.
yeah,
infused with
absolutely.
fresh herbs.
Fresh herbs. I threw them in honey with a little bit of water. And I had them infused for about 24 hours or so.
No way.
Yeah,
Not a
and then
quick
I strained it
infusion.
out. And that's how you make a honey syrup.
No way.
And so these are just really easy ways to really elevate a non-alcoholic cocktail, is by really playing with those syrups and those non-alcoholic ingredients, right? Add a little bit of creativity to that.
Oh, these drinks are beautiful. This is apple. I still am kind of baffled. This is apple. This is a good
Yeah.
challenge.
Oh,
Doesn't that look beautiful?
So, and so I have a little bit of rosemary with a dehydrated apple there. I'll stick a little bit of thyme in here. And
so completely on trend with fresh herbs.
Beautiful.
And
they just
What? No.
he's
No.
torching the time.
Serious?
Let's see. So I really like to play with aromatics when it comes to some of these cocktails.
Oh my goodness.
So I like the straw right over the herbs. So right when you take that sip, you're gonna get that aromatic, right?
I am
Well,
blown away
I gotta be
by
there.
this event today.
I know.
Thank
This
you. I
this
really
is incredible.
appreciate it.
Josh.
And I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it.
Let's
but
get up there. Get up there. Oh, we got a
I'm
comment.
without spelling it.
It's a little bit over.
So
Just take a big sip and it'll
I want to show actually the garnish, because it's actually a little bit of a extra creativity. So it's like a half of a dehydrated apple slice where he's put the fresh herbs through the middle of it.
That's so cool.
And then, like he said, he's got the
There's
straw
apple
right in the middle of
slice
that, so
too?
the aromatics come out.
Yeah, it's all apple juice with the honey, a little bit of lemon to balance out that sweetness.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's more of a smoky, herbaceous honey apple cocktail. And I call
Incredible.
this one the Honey Apple Harvest.
Meat apple harvest.
So, in line with our color fall beverage menus.
I see. I'm getting red plaid, fireplace, dog,
Absolutely.
all those different things, right? Like
Yeah.
it's totally that feel. And I'm
Oh
not
my
It
even.
is
gosh.
honestly my favorite season.
It
This
is.
fall. I wait all year for this season.
I'm with you on that too. So before we get into this next drink, Josh, we'll pour more after that. We're gonna break for a quick commercial. Brenda, you doing okay there?
I'm
We're back
doing
to
just
Brenda. We could call the show Brenda's Watering.
Brenda's Beverage Show.
Brenda's
Jay
Beverage.
Ashton.
And I like that too. So this is a quick commercial. Right back, but we have a new show coming up called Oot and the Boot. It's happening next week. Here we go.
Hey guys, I'm Rena from OO.
I'm Kayla from OO. This fall and winter, I'll be co-hosting Food and a Boot on the Cisco Virtual Kitchen Network.
Digital maps these days may tell you information and reviews on a restaurant.
But they don't tell you about the people that hang out there.
OO is on a mission to help people connect better in real life by seeing communities of interest on a map.
Join us this fall when we take to the streets. We can't wait to hang out.
There you go. Welcome back, folks.
Welcome.
Brenda's Beverage Show with Jay and Josh.
And
like
Jay and
that?
Josh.
Jay and Josh show. Hey, so first of all, Josh, up to here, this has been probably one of the best shows, Brenda, that we've done together.
Yeah.
And like, well, your truck one was pretty good still.
Yeah.
But actually, all your shows are awesome. Just
Aw, thanks,
technically,
Jay.
it might not be the best, but we today
We're
you've
getting there.
invested. We're there. We're getting there. But these are incredible. I'm telling you, we got to do this more often, Josh. We should do one a week.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would have preferred you be
Brenda's
here
there
to
every
try
week.
all of these.
Maybe the next time you're in Southwest Ontario, we'll
KW.
be live from
KW.
Dells in KW.
Yes,
Yes.
in KW.
So this
What are you
next
doing,
one,
Josh?
I'm calling the Vanilla Chai Colada.
Vanilla chai. Oh God! I was just listening to this song today. How ironic!
So
I am
what
the
I
cookie.
what I did is I took a simple syrup and I infused vanilla chai tea bags into it. And so that's a really easy to incorporate other
chai.
flavors in your syrup.
I've heard this before with our tea guy. Yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Well, teas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen this been done 1,000 times before with all sorts of different syrups. And so I wanted to make pina colada, but very fall. Because everyone loves pina coladas all year
Because
long.
pina colada would be summer, so you're going to convert a pina colada into a fall drink.
Into a fall
Wow.
cocktail. Yeah,
It's-
using
yeah.
that chai syrup here. And I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice to that as well.
Brenda, well, Josh is there. What do you got there? Cranberry? Is that fairly cranberry juice too?
Yes.
Yeah,
Fairly
absolutely.
cranberry.
I get that in the store, folks.
We have our
Nice.
lemon and lime juices, not from concentrate.
Well, no, but you know what? Okay, can you grab one of them?
Yeah.
Right, because
Sure.
I have had these, and I'm actually doing ad reads in a couple of weeks on these products, on that product right there. That is to die for. I don't know why people wouldn't have that in their restaurant. Period.
I agree
It's
with you.
so
100%.
good. It's I'm not doing a plug. It's just really good. It's just really good.
It's just pure lime juice. That's why.
Do lime juices out there mix other chemicals in there, Brenda? Like weird drinks and stuff? Do they cut it? Or
I couldn't hear a word you were saying because the shaking master was
Sorry.
behind me.
do other limes and other products out there? Do they put other stuff in there to maybe cut the cost of the product so it doesn't taste?
Yes.
Do they do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
so one of the benefits of the product is that when we produce and package it, we instant freeze it. So we can do a production at one time of the year, get consistent flavoring, consistent pricing, and you're good to go for the rest of the week. You don't have any variation of food costs. There's no fluctuating produce costs. So it's a really fantastic top line product. It has a complimentary lemon juice too. What did you do, Josh?
Josh is
So
killing
I
it
took
there.
my pina colada mix here, and I threw in that chai syrup, and I also did the spiced rum alternative. Keep that spiciness to it as well. And I'm torching the cinnamon here for the aromatic again.
So no way. No way.
Yes, way.
So that smoky smell is just fills the room.
Someone's asking Josh if these drinks will be available at Dell's.
No. These cocktails I had specifically designed for this live stream only.
We might be working on that, though.
We might be working on that.
Honestly.
Someone asked that, Del. Someone asked. I don't know. Sorry. You may have to make a few tonight. Someone's coming by later, it says. So Josh, do you use one of those smoker things ever?
I do use them sometimes. I don't
Yeah?
have one at Dell's at the moment.
But you've used them
but
before?
I did use them yeah, absolutely.
Are they very popular still, or are people still using them, or is it gone still, or what?
I think they are popular right now.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah. It's a great way to add more aromatic as well as the presentation.
I want to say that there's a huge upsurge in the bourbon industry as well. I've never seen so many bourbons at the LCBO in my life, and that is typically one that lends itself to smoking.
I was at a conference a couple of weeks ago, and they were talking about that whole thing, and it's exploding, Brenda. Again, it's huge, right? And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You know what? But here's the thing, though, and we got to talk about this before about these mocktails. Josh, how many people are coming into the bar nowadays ordering mocktails? Have you seen that increase, like to Brenda's stats earlier?
Absolutely, yeah. I have been seeing a lot of that. And
you don't see that going down? You don't see that like it's still continuing to grow?
I think it has a great potential to grow. Yeah, it's definitely, I think it's going to be a lot bigger. There's more demand for it. I'm seeing a lot more companies go into this non-alcoholic spirit market, and there's great opportunity. I don't think there's any reason for people to settle for cocktails that don't feel sophisticated or complex or one-dimensional. I think there's great opportunity to really push that cocktail. What am I looking for? Cocktail culture.
Cocktail culture.
Yeah.
And do you know what the other thing is too? I say this all the time, and people are probably bored of me saying this. However, the cocktail industry, whether it's cocktails or mocktails or just any kind of specialty beverage, is the very first opportunity that any operator has to make money, right? It's the very first offering every time you're in a restaurant. So why wouldn't you provide a sophisticated, upscale mocktail or cocktail menu off the hop versus would you like a glass of water, which you make no money off of?
So, Brenda, you're absolutely right. So I got to tell a story to everyone here that's going to watch this or watch this later, is that I know a restaurant, very, very successful restaurateur. He had his staff say, would you like to start with a Guinness? Right? And then that's how we started. He didn't go up there and say, what can I get you to drink? They actually said, can I start you with a Guinness? His Guinness sales, and he was already record-breaking Guinness sales out here in Alberta. I think he increased it to like 11 kegs a week just by his staff saying that.
Absolutely.
Very busy pub. Irish pub too. But he had everyone doing that. So would you imagine? And I recommend everyone training staff to don't come up and say, what can I get you to drink? You can make the decisions for them if you recommend a product or a thing instantly. I would say 80% of the time people are going to order. Would you recommend?
100%.
Okay, what are
Holy.
you doing? What is that?
So
Josh, what is that?
this one I'm calling By the Campfire. And I used a cocktail smoker, just a simple.
Can you buy those?
Yeah, absolutely. I grabbed this one off of Amazon. There's thousands of companies making these, and so you just put the wood chips in there, you torch it. Yep, and it infuses that cocktail with that bit of smoke.
What's it smell like?
Cocktail,
Smell like campfire.
Yeah, it smells like a campfire. Yeah.
You must get so jealous being on that side of the camera, Jay.
You have no idea.
I do.
No idea.
Oh my gosh. Josh, you are a superstar.
Thank you.
You were talking back to the buffalo plaid flannels and the campfire.
Nailed it.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, so it's I used cranberry in this one. The cranberry with the infused honey, and I did what was the spirit I used in this one? The malt. So like the bourbon alternative. With that cranberry and that herbaceous smoky honey.
What?
And yeah, it really brings it all together, and the touch of smoke adds to the complexity there.
That's insane. That's amazing.
Thank you.
You got another one on the deck here?
I do, actually.
On the deck.
This one, I call the Autumn Bird. I got a bit of inspiration from some of the tiki cocktail.
Tiki cocktail. Brenda? Can you grab that smoker from Josh? The cocktail.
Oh yeah,
smoker?
absolutely.
I want to bring that up to the screen for everyone to see this. So you can buy these on Amazon.
Yeah, absolutely. There's many companies that will use it.
Higher. Here you go. Turn around so I see the bottom. See the bottom. What? So you just put the wood chips in there, torch it, and that's
there's
it?
wood chips at the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it smell
You
like...
can get automatic ones that have a little fan and it'll push the smoke into your cocktail. I like those. There's different ways you can present the cocktail, right? You can use a dome, and when you lift the dome, the smoke comes out. Yeah. People love that.
Oh,
you could do like a little treasure box that you fill with smoke, and when you open it and present the cocktail.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that's cool.
Right. So there's tons of ways that you can really
level up the presentation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no reason why any of these techniques have to be limited to alcoholic cocktails, right?
They're beautiful, though.
Thank you.
Brenda, we'll have to do a show too on that.
Here we go. So the Autumn Bird, I did an orgeat syrup that I made myself.
What is an orgeat?
Orgeat is almond syrup. And so typically it's made with almonds. And you kind of have to like juice your own almonds or use almond milk and other stuff. But I wanted to make it even more fall. And so instead of almonds, I made my own pecan syrup. So I juiced pecans and I used that pecan juice to make a syrup out of it. And I believe I used like half brown sugar and then half regular sugar with the almond and a touch of orange blossom water. And so I guess that's what really makes it orgeat.
Did you know that, Brenda?
Nope.
We're learning a lot today.
Every day is a school day.
Every day is a school day.
Every day is a school day.
And so I'm dumping out this orgeat
Brenda,
style
while Josh is doing that, I just want to throw out you guys' website. I'd never do this, so it just feels special today. Check out Lasson's website, folks. They have the wickedest website and recipes right on here and stuff. There's all those cocktail stuff that Brenda was telling us about. Unbelievable. So I just want to put a shout out to your website. Check it out. LassonFoodService.ca. I never done that before. That's the first. But check it out.
And
There you
so now I'm going
Just-
to take a little technique that I kind of was inspired by a cocktail called the Garibaldi. Where,
Garibaldi.
yeah, it's like a Campari cocktail, and you add a little bit of orange juice with Campari, and then you top the rest of the cocktail with shaken orange juice. So it's a dry shake. There's no ice in it. And I took that, and I also took a little bit of a barista technique, where you take a hand whisker
What?
and I am texture the pineapple juice. So I'm going to add air to it, and then I'm going to break those air bubbles down until it's a really silky consistency here. And so baristas call this texturing. And so as you can see here, I'm increasing the volume of that pineapple juice by adding air to it, and it's emulsifying, and it's getting a nice silky texture.
That is pretty cool.
Have you ever seen the?
Right.
I've never seen this before.
No, I've
And
never
so
seen it.
This is kind of a little hack, because
Okay.
there's some bartenders, they make sour cocktails, and they
Yeah.
usually use egg white. And so what happens is they shake it so that they can emulsify that egg white in the cocktail. I've found that some bartenders are actually skipping this step by using a whisker.
No way.
And
Makes sense
so
to me.
here we go. The textured pineapple right there.
No way. Wow. So cool.
It's so cool.
Right, and I'm going to garnish this with something special here. So I took like a salt pepper mill, and I filled it with powdered Campari. It's non-alcoholic. So what I did is I took about like 10 milliliters of Campari in little baking molds, and I dehydrated it until it crystallized, and then it turns into a powder.
That's
And so I'm going to
incredible.
garnish this cocktail with powdered Campari. And so in the baking process, it kind of got rid of all of that alcohol, and you're left with the aromatic, the bitter, and the flavor.
That is
So
so
there you
beautiful.
Look at the color.
Can you see that, Jay?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's insane.
And so again, we're playing with
100%.
textures and
I can't
aromatics.
freeze it.
Beautiful.
Next time I'll say, Josh, leave about a centimeter of headroom so I can
Yeah.
tilt it a
No,
little
it's
bit.
beautiful. It's beautiful. I can
That
see
is
it.
gorgeous.
Thank
Wow.
you so much. Yeah.
That's cool. Brenda's right in there.
Don't mind
Oh
me,
my gosh.
cleaning up a little bit. How's that taste?
Like I should be going somewhere tropical, but like
Brenda,
more like just to Waterloo.
you don't have
Yeah,
a
you can try a little bit off the
Straight
top
up.
and really taste that Campari and see
Beautiful.
about that.
beautiful. Beautiful.
That is so amazing. I mean, when Josh sent me his recipes and ideas, he described this as textured pineapple, and me not being as educated in the mixology field as he is, I'm thinking, okay, he's cut a pineapple really pretty
With the
So
umbrella.
that was my fault.
with the umbrella.
I had I had a bunch of notes that I was taking for myself, really, and
Yeah.
when I sent it all, I was like, "Here's the recipe," and then people were like, "What the heck is textured pineapple?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that was for me to know what that is," and then I was going to
Brenda's-
explain it to you guys.
Like-
So-
And he's got
Everything's cool.
like, the pineapple ring with the umbrella and
And the maraschino cherry, the bright red maraschino cherry.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the very first recipe that I did with the apple.
So these
and
are
the
all
cinnamon.
apple juice infused. Like, I'm blown away. First of all, I see
Yeah.
this as a whole mocktail menu with all these amazing drinks that makes tons of money. But no, I really do see it, and then have it as an option with alcohol on the bottom. Like you can put it on the bottom. Like if you want to, we can do that. But you can
Absolutely.
do a whole price point on this easily and make a ton of money using apple juice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Blown away. Like seriously, blown away.
Thank you. And so I went back to my first recipe here,
This is insane.
and I'm going to garnish this a little bit differently. Get that ice cube in there.
Is it? Josh, you ever use those round ice cubes? And are they just? Do people still use those, the round ones and the square
The big
cubes?
giant round
Absolutely,
balls.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the advantage to using large ice cubes
Yeah.
is to really control the dilution, because you're not gonna,
Water everything down.
yeah, it
Why is
doesn't
it
water
Yeah,
down
yeah,
as
yeah.
quickly.
What
So
did you
this
do
one,
here?
I made the first cocktail, that apple sour with the cinnamon and everything,
Jesus.
and I took a whipping siphon and I made it's maple. So it's a maple lemon foam that I'm going to top the cocktail with. So let's see here.
No way.
There you go.
And that's maple.
Yeah, it's a maple lemon foam.
And
You're gonna make
please,
me wear that one, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a go.
please, Brenda, enjoy that, please.
Oh,
Next time I'm gonna be there.
absolutely, you should.
Yeah, this is hurting too much.
We can garnish it with.
Oh, sorry, I took it away
no,
too
that's
fast.
fine. I
Jesus.
wanted you to kind of.
Wait,
explore it
what
a
is
little
that? Is
bit.
that apples too?
Yeah,
Dehydrated
dehydrated apples.
Okay, I think you just like honestly, you could have a whole mocktail menu here. Huge. amount.
Absolutely.
And I
And
think
all
that there
making
should
tons
be
of
a
money.
mocktail menu for restaurants, because the
Yeah.
market is there,
Yeah.
and it's not being touched on enough.
Yeah.
So I think by capitalizing on that, it's a great alternative for people that aren't drinking. It's becoming more common. And,
Well, I think when you produce product, like when you produce different drinks like that, and they're so beautiful and everything else, I think that whole thing, and we had a show about it yesterday, is that whole fitting in and socializing
Mhm.
because you're drinking alcohol. That was kind of, it's a part of the psychology on it. You don't need
Yeah.
that. Look at this. This is
no,
crazy.
absolutely.
No,
This is
not when you have
crazy.
something that's so varied and so creative like this.
Right.
And great margin and great money makers. Like, I'm just blown away. Seriously.
I want people
Totally.
to feel like they're having a cocktail,
Yep.
right? It has that sophistication. It has that complexity. You're getting flavors that you don't usually get from just juice and
Mhm.
soda. So it's a little bit more complex. Like I said before, I don't think that any of these techniques should
Well-
be limited to just alcoholic drinks.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to add value to a non-alcoholic cocktail. And yeah, it's enjoyable. Everything is transferable to regular cocktails. So if you wanted to add any type of spirit into these, that's
Yeah.
100% doable.
And I was thinking about those like corporate functions and things where you had mentioned before, Josh, where a lot of the corporate culture is moving away from like open bar events and things like that. And to greet your customers or whoever's coming to your event with a cocktail that looks like this,
Oh.
there would be like no complaints.
Blown away. Blown away.
Right?
Well, I just think, like, I love the challenge of using apple juice, first of all, beyond. Like, I think that's
We were
brilliant.
kind of mean, but he did it.
But he did it. He crushed it. And then just the whole idea around creating ideas around mocktails and everything, unbelievable. Like, I'm blown away. I'm seriously blown away. They're beautiful. I can see price points on it. I you know, we always talk about on our shows and stuff. We had even talked about this yesterday. Is this whole experience economy? We live in an experience economy, and you need to tell a story. Those drinks have stories. You can apply them. They tell you more than just a regular drink. And I'm simply blown away by how much value I see in those drinks and them being just apple juice. Unbelievable. Well done, Josh. And
Thank
Brenda,
you. I really
thank
appreciate
you
it.
so much for all this. Like, it's
I
just
wish
huge.
you were here to really experience the flavors and what I was
We'll
really
get there.
trying to.
We're going to work on that next week, Josh. Don't worry.
No worries.
Oh yeah, I got my
Yeah.
KW. I know what to say, and
Yeah.
I'm down.
If you
so.
get here before the end of next week, you can actually partake in Oktoberfest, which is only the second biggest Oktoberfest in the world.
Oh, okay.
It has nothing to do with apple juice.
It does do apple juice.
It's the right time of year, but it's wrong cocktail.
Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Dell's Italian Kitchen, for hosting us there. Thank you so much, Brenda and Fairly and Lasan team. You guys always step up what we need to do over here at our network and then just providing our industry with these amazing ideas, amazing products. Check out their website at www.lasanfoodservice.ca. It's a crazy good website with amazing stuff on there. And just thank you for all these great ideas. And then we're going to put the recipes on the YouTube there so you guys can grab the recipes, all these great ideas from what Josh has created, and try them at home and try them at your restaurant and all those great places that we have out across this country. I'm still a little speechless about it, so it's awesome stuff. So thank you so much for both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Awesome. And guess what? Tomorrow we're back again on SVK at 3 p.m. Eastern Time with Jason from Predictive Services. We're going to predict your staff and how you can keep them. It's brilliant.
I bet he wouldn't have predicted this with apple juice.
Well, he might have. He's pretty crazy good. So, and then on Friday, we have Sterno back on our Influencer Fridays. And then on 3 p.m. on Friday, the Meat Sweats show with Chef Terry Port. He's going to show you how to make money using strip loins and saving money using strip loins because beef is a little expensive nowadays. So he's got some great ideas there. But thanks again, Lasan, Hurley, Josh.
Thanks again, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Congrats, Josh.
Pleasure.
Cheers. Cheers.
That was awesome.